Alright guys, we're back at the pond hoping for not another skunk. I actually, this is kind of like a not serious fishing video. I actually just got my new swim bait set up and a new swim bait, so I wanted to test that out mostly because it seems pretty legit. Okay. This is the Daiwa DX swim bait rod. Still have all the wrapping on it actually. Barely even touched it. I put my rod reel on, tied a bait on, and left it. And this thing actually feels pretty legit. Damn, that thing launched. Oh, that thing looks crazy. That looks insane. This is the Fish Lab BioGill, and it's actually doing really well. Oh, did I actually just get bumped? I just got bumped, like actually bumped. Weird. So yeah, let's see. 3 to 10 ounce, 8 foot extra heavy, 20 to 50 pound line. I got 25 pound Yozuri fluorocarbon on here, so it does really well. Yeah, it's actually not feeling bad. This is actually way better than that graphite rod I had. This thing has such good slow rolling action. I wish I could get somewhere where I could actually like cast it and show you guys how it moves. I can't. Well, let me see if I can move this down a little bit. There you go. No, it's too far down. So yeah, my swim bait setup, Daiwa DX swim bait rod, 3 to 10 ounce, 8 foot extra heavy with a Pixifun Alios 300 series. Which is actually super nice for a $100 bait caster. Big bait reel. Handles them just fine. I just had an actual bite. He just kind of locked on there and didn't let go of it, but I felt it move and it vibrated really hard. That was a bite. I don't know what it is. It's obviously not small if it's trying to bite this thing. Right there. That's where he was. I actually have 2 Daiwa setups now, which I've never had Daiwa. I don't know if I want to post a video from yesterday, but this is my Daiwa Revros 3000C on a 7 foot medium. New spinning setup. I kind of am starting to like Daiwa a little bit. Kind of trying to move on from Abu. Not too much. I still love Abu and I'm still going to use all the rods, but I probably won't be doing much more with them. I found another brand that I am kind of keen to. I'm not going to talk about that yet. It's not Daiwa, but it is a different brand. But you guys will see that in the next coming videos. So, yeah. You know what? I might actually try and catch a fish now. Curly tail on there. Holy hell. That thing launched. Forget that bluegill, like, kind of stupid sometimes. I don't see that this lure is basically bigger than all the bluegill in here. I'm gonna cast over here. That's where I caught that last one the other day. But problem is the wind is pretty bad again. I know a lot of people use Daiwa, and I swear, man. Put my stuff away because I'm probably not going to stay long once it starts raining, because it's only 30 degrees here. I really don't want to get pneumonia or something. I'm already sick. I'm going to throw around the big bait one more time so you guys get a look at it of how it feels. Trying to tell you everything I know. Oh, that thing absolutely demolished me. Come on, commit. Come on, man. God, what are they doing? They're eating so weird. Okay, it's starting to get a little bad out. When I get home, I'm gonna do a rod and reel arsenal for you guys, so I can talk about techniques and stuff like that. But for now, I'll see you guys when I get back home. Oh shit, it is getting bad. Oh God. This wind is blowing like super hard. I don't even know why I put this rod stock on. Oh, whatever. Oh, no, it's stopping. What the hell? Okay, whatever. See you guys when we get home. Alright guys, we are back at the house. It is the next, I think, 2 days. 2 days later. And we have my favorite 3 spring baits to use during the pre-spawn phase of fishing. And I'm going to talk about my top 3 favorite baits that I feel like could get you on a 4 to 5, maybe bigger, get you on some big fish. So we'll start off with simple stuff. So as you know, during pre-spawn, there's a lot of bluegill, because bluegill just spawned, they're getting ready to feed, they're looking for food, and they go near the bass beds as they're trying to have babies, and they eat these babies. So really anything bluegill colored, that's why I'm starting off with this guy. This is the Guggen zinger, I believe, Googan zinger, in the bluegill pattern. As you can see, it's got the orange, the green pumpkin, the white, and the blue head, kind of like a bluegill, with one Colorado and one willow. So that's a great bait. Throw it near wood. You can throw it out in the open. Mostly windy days with little to zero sunshine. Yeah, near timber, near brush, near anything really that those fish can hide on when they're pushed up shallow or getting ready to make their beds or do anything really. These are a great bait to throw on. I throw them with no trailer, and I kind of jig it up and down as I'm actually reeling it in, so it gives that skirt a little bit more flair and lets it jump up and down in the water. This one's on a rod. This is what I caught my PB on, so I'll let you guys in on that. So what we have here is an underspin. This is a Strike King 3/8 ounce underspin. So with a white Rage Swimmer paddle tail, this is what I caught my 7-1 on, my 7-pounder on. These are great. You can throw them out in the open just like a spinner bait or near timber. You can fish it fast, fish it slow. This, I kind of just slow roll it and then speed it up, slow roll, speed it up. That's all I really do. I don't really have too much action for this except for, a constant, steady reel in and let all the blade and the paddle tail and everything do all the action for you. There's really no need to be twitching it or jigging it because that looks dumb with the blade on the bottom. And they're going to see that blade not really doing much, and they might think you're a little bit stupid. And this one is also on a rod just because I'm too lazy to cut it off. So right here, this is the Berkeley Square Bowl in the bluegill color. Make out the details on that. And I'm not talking about just diving crankbaits or anything like that. I'm talking about lipless cranks too when it comes to crankbaits. Absolutely great bait to throw during that pre-spawn period, especially in like red crawl color. But if you're going for a numbers game and you're having a tough day fishing and you can't figure out what to throw, I would say this would probably be your go-to. Now, I'm not a pro, okay? I'm not going against anybody's opinions on what baits to throw or anything like that. I don't have a problem with any of these baits. I'm from different states where you may watch videos of those people like Tyler's Real Fishing or Ben Milliken or anybody like that. I live in Illinois. So this is what works for me during the pre-spawn period, even though we're not in pre-spawn, but a little bit down south, they still kind of are. I'm not saying that throwing a spinnerbait is always going to catch your fish. I'm not saying that throwing an underspin with a white paddle tail is always going to catch your fish. Nothing like that. I'm just saying this is what's worked for me, and this is what has caught me the most numbers of fish during the period of pre-spawn. But other people may have other opinions. And another bait that also works really well during that pre-spawn period, but I didn't show it here, would be a big swim bait. Especially something in bluegill or anything of the forage of your lake that you are fishing in. I guess I'll go grab a couple. I'll be right back. I'll show you guys a couple. So yeah, I'm gonna grab a couple. And I got it wrapped around the spinnerbait without even doing anything. So you either got this dude, which is the BioGill swim bait, or you got that guy. Those are my two go-to swim bait types. We got a bluegill glide bait. This is the 6th Sense flow glider in the bluegill spawn, I believe, if I'm not wrong. Great bait, super good action. I do plan on doing the mod, cutting this side down a little bit and giving it a little bit more of that smooth flow glide that it's supposed to do, but it doesn't do. But it actually still has some great action. I have nothing against it. This I just picked up, haven't caught anything on it yet, but as you saw in the clips before this, I did have a couple bites. I had about 3 or 4 bites. I don't know, I'm still trying to get used to the whole big swim bait thing, but I have caught 1 fish on this, and I've caught a fish on my shad glide bait. There's a few that I've caught fish on, but they're better during certain times of the year. So yeah, so we got underspins, spinner baits, which I mean you could put those in the same category, but I like to put them in 2 different because I feel like you can fish this different than you can fish an underspin. This has a skirt and 2 blades. That has 1 giant blade and no skirt. It's basically just a swim bait head with a spinning blade for anybody who doesn't really use underspins. But yeah, that's my top 3 picks for baits during that pre-spawn period. Especially this guy. I feel like I haven't really caught anything on it, even though I just got it the other day. But I feel like this thing is going to do amazing during the pre-spawn period. A lot of those big fish are going to see this coming near their bed or near their territory, and they see a big old bluegill like that. They know that I can eat eggs, and they're going to slurp that thing right up. So I feel like this is going to be a great choice for me this year. And I'm not, like I said, I'm not a pro of swim baits, but I do watch a lot of Ben Milliken, and he's taught me a lot. He's one of my big idols on this whole swim bait thing. Speaking of that, I am also going to do a rod and reel arsenal, showing you guys techniques and stuff like that, telling you what I use these rods for, showing you my go-to rods, all that stuff. But we're going to get all my rods out here. I already got 2 out here. I need, I think, a lot more. I don't know if I'm going to show the graveyard today, but I might. I'm going to go grab my rods and we can start showing you guys what I have for this year, and we'll talk about some other things. Alright, got all the rods out here. Start off with my new stuff. We got the Daiwa Revros. Let me see if I can make this a little bit bigger lighting. Oh, this is the Daiwa Revros. I just bought this the other day. My brand new spinning combo that I carry with me literally everywhere, no matter what I'm doing. I don't care if I'm going just to the pond or to a lake. I'm going to bring this one with me. This is my new favorite spinning setup that I've owned ever. I'll probably have a different one once I start getting into the higher end stuff, but this is a great budget spinning reel for net rigs, shaky heads, small paddle tail swim baits for, just, anything. Obviously not big swim baits because it's a spinning reel. But yeah, this thing is fantastic. It's got great cork grips, beautiful paint color, like a gold with some flake to it, and or gray with some flake to it and some gold accents on it, like a gunmetal gray, kind of like. I love the drag sound on it too. It's just quiet, not too loud. This is my go-to combo. Everybody already knows about this one. It was in the last video that I posted. 13 fishing chrome 7-1, medium heavy, extra fast. Great rod. This is my go-to. I use this basically anywhere I go. Then we got the Abu Garcia Max STX in the 7-foot medium heavy. 6:5:1 gear ratio, 6 bearing with a flipping switch, which I love. So that way you can just throw it out there, flip it, and it just clicks right back. So you can get straight to jigging or, anything you're doing, cranking, whatever you want to do. This is my Texas rig rod. This is the Abu Garcia Vengeance Pro Series. It's the 7-foot medium heavy with a Max Z 6 bearing system with a 7:1:1 gear ratio. Yeah, this is my Texas rig setup. Use it for worms, craws. I'll even sometimes throw a underspin on it if I don't have the rod for my underspin. This one does just fine with those underspins and spinnerbaits. This is basically my other, this was my go-to, but then I got the 13 Fishing Chrome, and this kind of became just my strict Texas rig rod. So I don't use it as much anymore. I still use it a lot, but just not as much as I used to. Great combo though. This is a little bit different than the Vengeance combo or the Silver Vengeance that you'll see at Walmart's, at some Walmart's. This is the Pro Series. So this one comes with identification tags to tell you what to use it for. This one was the worm and spinnerbait. So that's what I use it for, and I've had no issues with it at all. The next, another Vengeance actually, that has an underspin on it. This is going to be my strictly underspin rod and reel. This is a Black Max 6:4:1 gear ratio, I believe, 6:5, I don't really know. I always forget what gear ratio is on this Black Max. Yeah, 6:4:1, 5-bearing system, with a 7-foot medium heavy as well. Another Vengeance in the 7-foot medium heavy. White paddle tail is what I use the most. Confidence bait, obviously. This is my jerkbait rod. This is the Black Max 6.6 that comes in the combo at Walmart. And then I have a Abu Garcia Max Z on that as well. 7:1:1, 6-bearing, 5-bearing, whatever. This is a great rod for your beginner jerkbaits. It's super light, and it's a medium action 6.6, so it's easy to tuck under you or hold out and jerk. Super easy, super light. I love this for my jerkbaits. There's really no other good jerkbait budget setups out there that have really impressed me, and this is actually my favorite budget one. I actually switched the reel from the Black Max to this because I wanted the Black Max for my slower rolling spinnerbaits and stuff like that. So I put the Max Z on it because I actually like this reel a lot. It's like right in the middle of the Max Pro and the Black Max, so it does really well. So yeah, that's my jerkbait setup. And then we got, lastly, we have my brand new swimbait setup. This is the Daiwa DX swimbait rod in the 8-foot extra heavy, 8-foot extra heavy fast, I believe. Should be fast actually. Yeah. Extra heavy fast. With a Pixifun Alios 300. This is a great budget swimbait setup. Rod is fantastic, reel is fantastic, both $100, so it's a $200 swimbait setup that you can throw a variety of big baits on, especially with that 3 to 10 ounce lure rating on it. So this does very well for those big baits. It's got a kind of a curved in rod, so you have a little bit more of a skinny grip down here, and you can, slowly roll it over. Great, super long handle, so you can tuck it under your armpit and get that good hook set on those big fish, get those big hooks of those baits into the mouths of those fish. So yeah, I believe that is all of my setups that I'm going to be using this year. I have more in the room. They're just kind of in the graveyard, so I don't really use them as much. But you'll see them sometimes, not as rare, or not as often as any of these ones. Like my umbrella rig setup, you'll see that a few times during the year, but just not as much as you'll see my big swimbait setup or my spinning setup or my go-tos. But yeah, anyways guys, thanks for watching. Please subscribe and leave a comment on what you want to see next, and I will try to do whatever you guys want me to do. I'm trying to get up there and be a little bit more popular. I'd really appreciate it if you guys would share and get the word out of me to your friends, and got some big things coming this year, so just stay tuned, and I will see you guys in the next video. Peace.